So we have our Kenwood sandwich toaster, and well, if you have one of these at home, I think even I on most days would just think of making sandwiches, right? And just toast sandwiches, and you think that's it. No, actually, there's so many things you can do with it. And today I'm going to show you how to make a puff pastry, like a hand pie that's big and that's shareable. And I'm going to use the grill plate for this, like you would for a panini, and see how it turns out. So to get started, we have a ready-made puff pastry dough, and I'm going to cut this. So this is almost the length of this, right? So, but this is, you can put a hunk of pastry like that, and you're just going to have to roll it out a bit. So we'll cut it in half, and here's how we can make life a little bit easier. Rather than dusting your countertop and making a mess, just put it between two baking sheets, and then you can roll it up to the required size. Right, so we're going to and what's nice is I measured out the dimensions of the inside, and 1/2 is one slice of ham. So if I lay them side by side, I can get the exact measurements that I need to cut this out to, which is really handy, and that was a happy coincidence. Yeah, so that should about do it. That looks about 2 ham slices. What? Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna let our toaster oven, our Kenwood toaster oven, heat up. It's red right now, so this is how these indicator lights work. When it's green, that's when it goes in. And you want it to be really hot, especially with pastry. Same with your toast, you still want it hot. And see, this mess would have been on your table or your board. We avoided all that. So here we go, got the ham. Right, so this might be just a little shy, but that's okay, we're gonna fit everything in. So now, ham, next cheese, classic combo. And we're gonna do 2 or 3 layers. Right? And this is nice that the cheese is a bit smaller than the ham, because we don't want cheese oozing out all over the place. The thing is, you want the pastry to be nice and plump coming out of the toast as well. So you need a substantial amount of filling for that. And I think after 2 more slices of ham, it'll be good. Oh, perfect timing, because I think, no, it's still red. So you'd want to turn your toaster on a little bit earlier as you're assembling a sandwich, because you want the red indicator to turn green. That's when it's ready to take your sandwich in, right? So in this case, our pastry, and then we peel it off, right? And we're going to tuck everything in and pinch. Right, pinch, pinch, pinch. So I was actually thinking of cutting, but I think instead I'm just going to use my knife to get a sharper edge without chopping off any excess pastry. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to sheath it, and we're just going to get rid of all the paper. You can see it's kind of peeking out. Let's just make sure everything just fits in. Pushing everything into the actual grill part. Okay, so now here we go. Now this is way beyond its capacity. Oh yeah, okay. So you can see there's a lot of pastry that's, we're gonna let it cook just a little bit, and then we'll start trimming the edges. So I think it's done, and it's a perfect color, but I've switched it off for a while and let it cool off, right? And that's about the color you're looking for. But don't try to handle it while it's warm, because it's also very delicate. It can break, things can leak, right? So just let it kind of cool, and then it's going to just pop right off. See, there's hardly any effort. And there's going to be raw bits of pastry dough that would have leaked out the sides, which we're going to cut off, trim off, and neaten these up. So get a very good serrated knife, and then start sawing away the edges. You find that it's not as flaky as when you do this in the oven. Right, it's a lot less messy, right? But it still, oh, nice. So we just want some nice sharp edges on this. It's warm. And now I'm going to cut them into 1-inch strips. Guys, just look at these ridges. I absolutely love them. I think it gives it a really interesting finish, and it doesn't really look like a puff pastry. So when you present this to your friends and your guests, they're going to be a little curious and try to probably figure out what it is. And I think that's part of the intrigue. And I just can't wait to try it, so I'm going to bite into it.